Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Good morning, friends of the social community, and welcome back to my channel. We're working for you, and we're working to have everything ready, like the Instagram page and the Telegram channel. So subscribe to the channel. I see many of you are following, so subscribe, because there will be some great content in all languages: Italian, English, Russian, Spanish, and we're going to grow. But today, since we're practically on Christmas Eve, today is December 23rd at 11 a.m. But you'll see this soon, just in time for Christmas. So at Christmas, you spend time with family. I don't need to tell you, right? At Christmas, you spend time with family. I mean, there are no ifs or buts about it. No, I actually prefer it that way. At Christmas, you're with family, with relatives, the nice ones, the annoying ones, the ones you never see. At Christmas, you're with family. I won't compromise on this. I won't discuss it. Because at Christmas, you have to be with family. In fact, all the more reason, Christmas has that very meaning. I mean, the essence of Christmas is that you have to be with family. Christmas has no other meaning. Christmas has that purpose. That said, how do you choose which family? In what sense? How do you choose who to include and who not to? Write it down for me below because I'm curious. Because I've always spent Christmas with my grandparents, right? We usually went to my grandparents' place in Turin, my paternal grandparents, and we stayed with them. Sometimes my grandmother would come over. Usually my other grandparents, my maternal grandparents, would also come on Christmas Eve. They would also come to Turin, and we would all be together. And my grandmother would stay with us on my mom's side, and then on Christmas Day, she would go to the other son. And so we were all together, cousins, uncles, we were all together at my paternal grandparents' place. And for me, that was Christmas. For me, that was Christmas. And for me, that was Christmas. For me, that was Christmas. Maybe it was because I was little. I was with my cousins, was with my uncles. The adults were playing cards, and we were playing among ourselves as kids. That was Christmas for me. The gifts and all that, right? Then as I grew up, gradually, of course, my grandparents passed away, unfortunately, and we started having Christmas at our place. At my parents' place, I mean, and everyone would always come to Milan. So even the relatives from Turin would come to Milan, and we would all be together. It hasn't happened for 3 to 4 years now. Why? Because over the years, everyone grew up. We got married. We had kids. Just like I did. My sister too. My cousin got engaged. Another cousin got engaged. Another cousin got engaged. So, what did we do? The family has not fallen apart, but we don't gather at Christmas. Now, Christmas in Milan at my parents is not the same. It's just me, my family, my sister's family, and our parents. So Christmas here in Milan at my parents' place, where we used to all be together, now we're not all together anymore. It's me, my wife, my kids, my sister, her husband, their kids, just one son, my parents, and my sister's husband's parents. They usually come from Sardinia, and they are here. This year, I think my sister's husband's brother will also be there, but his wife. I struggle a bit with this, because I still see my parents all the time, and I see my sister all the time. We live here. For me, Christmas was about seeing those relatives that I never get to see. So I ask you, how did you make your choices? I mean, what are the choices? Do you still spend Christmas with the close relatives that you see all year round? Does it have the same value, the same meaning? For me, it has changed. To be honest, for me, Christmas is always nice. It's always nice to be with my family, of course. But it's not the same thing. Now, I don't know how you do it abroad. Maybe you have other religions too, for example. I'm lucky today a little less because of the war, but I'm otherwise lucky that my wife being Ukrainian, what's happening? That the Orthodox actually celebrate Christmas on January 7th. January 7th is Christmas, the Eve, and so I would have double Christmas. I would celebrate Christmas here, and then I would celebrate Christmas in Kyiv with the others, with my in-laws, and so on. So, with my wife, at least with my in-laws, there are zero problems. I used to have double Christmas, a bit here and a bit in Kyiv. Well, I have to make the trip and all, but there was zero problems, even for the kids. Everything was calm. But how do you all divide up? Write to me about how you chose to divide up, and especially at what moment in your life you made the change. Because I think there's a moment when you make that change. Then, I think some families in the South still stay together. I mean, they might just switch houses, but they still stay together. However many of us there are, we stay together. And I think that's the most beautiful thing, that we still stay together. I already know what you're going to say, like, I don't want to see that person. I feel uncomfortable every year, the problems. In the end, it's nice to have a family. It's nice to be all together. Think about those who don't have it. Think about those who are alone at Christmas. Christmas is one of those times that if you're alone, you don't really enjoy it that much. Maybe, work, do something that can keep your mind occupied. Christmas is nice to be together. It's better to be with family, with someone. If you're alone and you don't have family for whatever reason, my advice is, if you have close friends, if you have someone you care about who cares about you, a partner or whatever, maybe get connected with that family and get used to spending Christmas with them. You can also be part of the family, let's say. There are extended families where even a friend might come over, and even if they're not a relative, they still feel like part of the family. And so, yes, we expand a bit. There's always room for one more. All right, nothing much. Today is Christmas, so we're talking a bit about these soft topics, nothing too deep, nothing too complicated. I hope you enjoy these softer videos every now and then. We'll see each other as always tomorrow, 7 in the morning on the dot Italian time. Be good, subscribe. You already know the rest.